What's good, YouTube? It's Shin, and today I'm coming to you from the Wynn Resort and Casino, where we're going to be heading to the buffet for a weekday brunch. Now, I haven't been back to the brunch in quite a while, so I'm pretty excited to check it out. Let's head on inside. All right, everyone, so here we are seated at the Wynn buffet for their weekday brunch. Now, their standard weekday brunch typically runs from Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. and runs $46.99. However, the gentleman at the front let me know that during these special summer months, they're going to be ending that brunch service earlier at 1 p.m. to introduce a new gourmet seafood dinner buffet that's going to run from 1 p.m. till closing, and that's going to be every day of the summer. Now, as exciting as that sounds, I'm here for the weekday brunch. Let's go ahead and see what they've got to eat. All right, everybody, let me go and give you a quick tour of the buffet. Now, I'm gonna go relatively brief here because I do have a video that's gonna showcase all of these items really close up, all labeled as well. So, you know, if you wanna check out all of the food, check out that video, but here we go. Smoked salmon salad, got a watermelon and feta salad, a harvest quinoa salad here, and a strawberry walnut salad. Very nice. All right, and next to that, we have a classic Caesar salad station. Caesar dressing, poppy seed dressing, as well as some arugula and spinach to add to that. You've got your croutons down here. Very nice. And then we have a yogurt parfait bar. Got your yogurt back there, as well as granola, and all of your toppings like raisins, seeds, and nuts. Very nice. And then we have a fresh fruit section with oranges, bananas, fruit salads, and berries. All looks really good. And that brings us to the aqua frescas. We've got pineapple on the left, mango in the center, and strawberry and lemon on the right. Very nice. All right, and next to the aqua frescas, we have some soups. Here's some chicken noodle, as well as tomato bisque. We've got oatmeal as well as grits. Looks like some brown sugar over here. And if we wrap around, that brings us to the charcuterie. You've got your meats over here, a selection of assorted breads over here. Oh, excuse me. And then you've got your cheeses over here. Very nice. Now that brings us to some codfish, along with some seafood risotto, some calamari here, as well as a stuffed sole of fish. Classic eggs Benedict, and that's alongside some Maine lobster eggs Benedict. That brings us to a pizza section, truffle mushroom pizza, a meat lovers over here, breakfast pizza, as well as a cheese pizza. Very nice. And that brings us to the Latin section. We've got scrambled eggs with chorizo sausage, pork carnitas tamales over here, some chicken enchiladas, hash brown potatoes, patatas bravas are here, but missing. I'll see if I can come back for this one. Otherwise, check it out in my other buffet tour video. Got pozole over here, as well as chorizo and egg tostadas. Pollo asado. That's next to some pork carnitas. Got black bean charros beans. And then elote street corn is supposed to be here. Again, I'll try and come back for this one and see if it's full, but otherwise check that out in my tour video. And that brings us to a made-to-order pancake station. Very nice. Looks like they'll make buttermilk, seasonal, gluten-free, vegan options. And here are some more breakfast foods for you guys. Here are biscuits and gravy, all pre-gravied for you. Some Belgian waffles over here. And we've got a banana bread French toast. That looks very nice.
Make sure to get out
cinnamon rolls banana foster. That looks pretty good as well. And some scrambled eggs. Oh, you're good, you're good. Go ahead. Looks like we have some assorted danishes and breads over here, folks. Yep, that looks pretty good. Potatoes au gratin over here. French onion. Oh, this is interesting. This was not here the last time I was here to get that tour footage. That's interesting. All right, we'll see. Hickory smoked bacon. These are fully loaded tater tots for your breakfast, as well as some breakfast sausage links. Fingerling potatoes and buttered leeks. We're taking away that roasted cauliflower with pesto. Smoky mac and cheese. Huh. This was 5 cheese mac and cheese the last time I was here for that tour video. Interesting. So I guess there are some minor changes from time to time. Herb jasmine rice over here, and mashed potatoes over here. Very nice. All right, folks, and that brings us over to the carvery section. We've got some dry roast rotisserie chicken back there, banana barbecue chicken over here, some roasted turkey breast. That is a kurobuta pork loin in the back, a pineapple glazed ham, along with roasted vegetables over there. Got some accoutrements here, cranberry sauce, applesauce, a chimichurri, as well as your creamy and standard horseradish. Pineapple rope sausage here, along with some grilled peppers, and a pepper bacon pork belly back there. Very nice. Got your beef steamship over here, folks. And your barbecue beef brisket over here. Very nice. Now guys, that's the carvery down there. That brings us to the omelet station, which is very busy all the time. Get your fresh made omelets. And then that brings us over to the Asian section, Thai spice beef. Some dandanmyeon, dandan noodles. Char siu fried pork. Pork fried rice rather. Got an egg drop soup station, or just a Asian soup station. I believe they serve pho here during the non-brunch hours, and egg drop soup in the mornings. And then we've got all of your dim sum options here. We've got shumai up front. Should we close this properly? Got some leek cakes in the back. Nope. What do we got up here? Got some vegetable pot stickers. That must mean these are the chicken pot stickers. Very nice. Got some vegetable spring rolls up front here. And that must mean these are the barbecue pork ones, yes? Yes. Yep, solid selection of dim sum here. Very nice. And then that brings us to the assorted sushi. Pickled veggie rolls, spicy tuna rolls, shrimp nigiri, California. All looks really good. Got your ginger and wasabi as well. And your nice big canister of soy sauce. Got some kimchi and edamame over here. And we have some poke bowls. Looks like a tuna poke bowl over here. Beautiful presentation. We got a crab papaya salad here. And a wakame surimi salad over here. Very nice. And here we go. We've got the crab legs along with a seafood melody, as well as some clams and mussels. And you've got your remoulade sauce over here, as well as some clarified butter in the back. Your mountain of shrimp cocktail along with cocktail sauce. And lemon to add that citrus. We have bagels and assorted breads up top over here. And then everything you need to make a lox bagel down here. We've got red onions, smoked salmon, as well as tomatoes. And then your cream cheese, butter, and capers. Very nice. Now let's head over to the dessert section. Alrighty folks, last but certainly not least is gonna be the dessert section. You've got apple cranberry cobbler over here, as well as that warm butterscotch pudding. We've got some cookies, as well as a lava cake and an almond tart. Warm caramel churros, raspberry beignets, as well as some raspberry bars down here. Got your made-to-order crepe station. I apologize. Love that. Berry cheesecake, along with some petite pastries. Looks like there's a tiramisu, a lemon meringue tart, a chocolate dome, and a pistachio cake. Creme brulee looks very good. And then we have looks like a mixed panna cotta, along with some strawberry shortcake and a vegan chocolate cake. Here is some cheesecake, along with some assorted mousse cups. Vanilla, mango, vanilla, raspberry, key lime, and coffee hazelnut. We've got s'more cones over here. And then fruit tarts next to some marble cakes. And there's also a backside to this dessert section, folks. Let me take you around that. Oh, excuse me. Nice little peacock guy here. And if we wrap around to this back section, wow, it's super popular right now.
I think
here are all of your ice cream toppings. You got M&Ms, chocolate chips, Skittles, and jelly beans. Here is their famed ice cream wheel. And this one right here is my favorite, the vanilla mango custard. This is not always available, so whenever it is, I always make sure to get a ton of scoops. All right, plenty of different desserts over here, folks. What is this? We got a, what looks like a snow-dusted fruit cake or berry cake. I'm actually not sure what these are. These are donuts though, but it all looks fantastic. All right, we have some assorted donuts here, along with what looks like chocolate domes up here, and some cookies down here. Oh, they're all labeled, finally. Oxeye cookie, very nice. Oh, I apologize. Strawberry shortcake over here, folks. Some assorted cake pops. A chocolate fantasy cake. Salted caramel cupcake. And a Hawaiian cake. All right, let me see if I can go back and get those two items I missed. I think it was the potatoes and the street corn. Alrighty, yes, all right, super quick, guys. Here's that elote street corn. And then let me wrap all the way back around here. And here are those patatas bravas, the hashed potatoes. All right, now I'm gonna go put this down and grab my first plate. I'll catch you guys in a little bit. All right, everybody, so I'm back with my first serving from the buffet. Let me show you what I got. Now I was pretty interested in comparing and contrasting the two types of Benedicts they have here, both that main crab version as well as the standard. Now, if you watched any of my other buffet videos, you know I enjoy getting those over medium eggs from the omelet station. I also went in on their chicken enchiladas, as well as a chorizo and egg tostada. And lastly, I also got some chicken noodle soup. It's a little early in the morning and soup sounded pretty good. So all of this is looking fantastic. Let's go and give it a try. Now, the first thing I want to try is a spoonful of their chicken noodle soup. Now, I haven't actually had chicken noodle soup in quite a while, so when I saw it, it felt really inviting, and it is an early morning, so soup sounded fantastic. Let's go ahead and give their chicken noodle soup a try. Wow, that's really good. The broth is thick, nice and viscous. The salt levels of this chicken noodle soup are perfect. It's not bland at all. The noodles have actually been able to retain their chew despite being in that piping hot soup. And I gotta say, this is just a very classic tasting, good chicken noodle soup. The seasonings are simple but generous. I really like this. All right, next up, let's go ahead and try this chorizo and egg tostada. I mean, the tostada feels super crisp in my hands. It's actually kind of hefty too. It's got a little bit of weight to this. I'm loving the crema that you see on top as well as that cilantro. Let's go and give it a try. Wow, that's really flavorful. The tostada itself has a great crunch and a nice corn flavor. The chorizo has a great little kick to it, a little bit of heat, and having this crema on top is nice and cooling, especially with that little bit of heat coming from this green salsa verde. The cilantro as well as a little bit of the pico de gallo on top, also adding some freshness. Yeah, I gotta say, this is actually really good. All right, next up, let's go ahead and try these over medium eggs. Very rarely do I get scrambled eggs at a buffet. Honestly, they're usually pretty dried out and they taste kind of grainy, but I love that you can always get fresh cooked to order eggs at any omelet station. Here's the over medium ones here at the Wynn. Still a nice thick runny yolk on that one. Hats off to the omelet chef, he did a great job. All right, next up, let's go ahead and try the chicken enchiladas. I'm loving how deep red that enchilada sauce is. I mean, it looks pretty good to me. Let's go ahead and give it a taste. Wow, those chicken enchiladas are actually really, really good. The corn tortilla flavor is absolutely fantastic here. You really taste the matzah. The enchilada sauce has a deep chili flavor and a bit of tang as well. There's a perfect level of acidity here. The chicken itself is nice and moist, a bit stringy though, but then you get a nice salty layer of that cheese. It's actually a very nice balance of flavors. I'm really enjoying these chicken enchiladas. All right, everybody, so the last thing I want to try on my plate today is the comparing of these two types of Benedicts. We've got our classic Eggs Benedict here, along with a Crab Benedict. I always like starting with the control. We're gonna begin with the classic Eggs Benedict. I mean, I am loving the color of this hollandaise sauce. Hopefully this tastes good. Let's give it a try. All right, I would say that's actually pretty middle of the road, some high notes and some low notes. Let's start with the positives. Egg yolk is still running at a buffet Eggs Benedict. That is fantastic. The egg is actually perfectly cooked, and the hollandaise sauce itself has that great yolky flavor. Unfortunately, the Canadian bacon underneath is a tad dry, but it's actually the dryness of the English muffin that's offending me most about this particular Eggs Benedict. A little softer of a muffin would have been way more welcome here. Now let's go and compare that to the Crab Eggs Benedict they got. Now, unfortunately, I feel like this is gonna have the opposite problem. The muffin is super soaked and just kind of soggy feeling. Let's go and give it a taste. Pretty good. I'd say I actually prefer that over the standard, but it does come with some flaws. Now, as I've already mentioned, the muffin is super soaked through. It's ultra soggy and it doesn't really lead to a great bite. The egg here, like its standard counterpart, a great runny yolk with nicely cooked whites. Hands off to whoever's poaching these eggs. They've done fantastic. I wouldn't say I could distinctly taste that sweet crab flavor. Overall, not bad. I actually did enjoy it though. All right, everyone, I'm gonna go ahead and continue working through this and I'll catch you in a little bit when I return with my second serving. All right, everybody, so I'm back with my second plate. And with my second plate, I hit up the carvery as well as a couple of other spots. You can see here on my plate, I went and got their kurobuta pork loin as well as their rope sausage, along with a slice of their barbecue brisket. I also went in on a piece of their biscuits and gravy, as well as their banana Foster cinnamon roll and their Belgian waffle. This is all looking really good. Let's go and give it a try. All right, first up, a bite of the Belgian waffle. Now, as I was cutting it, it felt super crispy, so that's a good sign. Let's go and give it a try. Yeah, that's actually really good. I'm pretty surprised when any of the big breakfast carbs like pancakes, French toast, or waffles are good at a buffet, because the thing is you can never tell how good it's gonna be if it's been sitting out on the line for a while. Pleasantly surprised with this particular Belgian waffle. The inside is nice and cakey while the exterior remains nice and crispy. It also has a really nice vanilla flavor, but it's not overly sweet. Instead of going with a maple syrup, they've introduced a small layer of chocolate underneath the whipped cream, and it's providing a really nice sweetness here. The sprinkles are a fun addition, adding some crunch. But yeah, I gotta tell you, this waffle's pretty good. All right, next up, let's go and try the Banana Foster cinnamon roll. I mean, these are two of my favorite things put together, Banana Fosters and a cinnamon roll, so this has gotta be good, right? Let's give it a try. Oh man, absolutely delicious. Easily the best thing I've eaten today so far. This is so good. That cinnamon sugar is so nice. I love a really good cinnamon roll, and the levels of cinnamon sugar here are perfect. The roll itself is soft and moist, aided by the caramel sauce that's on top. The bananas have been caramelized to allow for additional sweetness. 100% my new favorite item here at the Wynn Buffet for brunch. I'm gonna get this every single time. All right, next up, let's go ahead and try the biscuits and gravy. Now, the biscuits and gravy come pre-assembled for you. You're not dumping your own gravy on top, which to me is a little bit of a shame because I personally love drowning my biscuits in gravy like it's going out of fashion. But overall, still looks pretty good. Let's go and give it a try. You know, okay, that's pretty solid. I actually really like the gravy here. It's got a really nice salty flavor from all the sausage that's been cooked into it. This little cheese layer on top of the biscuit is also providing a richness hit here. And the biscuit, while not ultra moist, is not dry either. It's right around the middle. Just a little bit of additional moisture and this would have been fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and try the carvery items up next. First up is the rope sausage. Now, if I remember correctly, I think this was labeled as the Hawaiian rope sausage, so I'm expecting a hint of sweetness. Let's go ahead and find out and give it a try. Oh yeah, that was very tasty. That is a good meaty sausage there, and as previously mentioned, having that Hawaiian theme, you definitely taste the hints of pineapple here. The casing also has a pretty decent snap to it, which I'm very surprised for a buffet. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to it. That pineapple flavor is actually perfect here. It's not overpowering at all. And because it tastes more like a natural sweetness as opposed to enhanced by sugars, it actually leads to a very overall balanced bite. Yeah, I like the sausage a lot. All right, next up, let's go and try the kurobuta pork loin. Now, kurobuta translates from Japanese into black pork. I believe kurobuta pork is highly regarded because of the prefecture in Japan that it comes from. Let's go and try the Wynn's preparation of the kurobuta pork. Wow, that was very unfortunate tasting. Now, the herbs on the crust, as well as maybe about 1 centimeter in from the exterior, it's actually pretty good. Well seasoned and rich, but the true unfortunate thing here is that by the time you get to the center of the pork, it is drier than the Nevada desert. By simple process of reverse osmosis, I thought I was about to die of thirst eating this. Now, it is possible that this pork is a victim of the buffet weight, and perhaps if I had gotten to it when it first came onto the line, it was going to be a lot better, but boy, that was a really tough bite. Alrighty, and the last thing to try on this second plate is gonna be the beef brisket. Now, I'm loving the deep purple smoke ring that you see here. You can tell that they used an actual smoker. Now, that said, unfortunately, this looks like it's gonna suffer a similar fate as the pork. It does look kind of dry, but we won't know for certain until we try it for science, so here we go. Interesting, not what I was expecting. Now, I was fully expecting the meat to be 100% dry, similar to the pork. Not actually the main issue here. Now, if it was more juicy, that would definitely be welcome, but certainly nowhere near as devoid of moisture like that pork. Now, here's actually my biggest issue with the brisket. It could have just been the bite that I had, but oh my goodness, it was salty. They might have gone a little heavy-handed with the salt crust, because as soon as I got past a little bit of a nice beefy flavor, all I tasted for the back 50% of my chewing was salt. You know what, I just have to know if it was just that piece that I had. I'm gonna try another bite. Yeah, you know, unfortunately, there's no way around it. It's definitely oversalted. I will say what's actually kind of nice though is once the salt is actually all washed through your mouth, you do have a nice smoky aftertaste. That's kind of pleasant. Alright, you guys, the second plate was definitely some hit and misses. From the carvery, the rope sausage was actually the only thing I really enjoyed. But that banana Foster's cinnamon roll actually changed my life. I'm gonna go ahead and continue working on a couple of these items and then we'll go for plate number 3. I'll catch you in a little bit. All right, everybody, so I'm back with my third plate. With my third plate, I went to the Asian section. I effectively got an item from all of their dim sum trays, and I also went on their spicy Thai beef. Now, this is all looking pretty good. Let's give it a try. All right, first up, let's go ahead and try the spicy Thai beef. It's got a really great aroma to it, and it was fork tender. Let's go ahead and give it a taste. Oh yeah, that's really good. The beef is super tender and nice and moist. The Thai sauce definitely brings a level of heat that's enjoyable here, but a little refreshing basil hit at the end as well. The green beans have also had a chance to soak up a lot of these nice flavors, and overall, this is actually a very enjoyable dish. All right, next up, let's try the vegetable gyoza. I am finding it fairly amusing that all of the buffets have started to switch into using green wrappers to signify the vegetable gyoza. Let's go and see how the ones here at the Wynn taste. Yeah, you know, unfortunately, that's a pretty big miss for me. Now, here's the good. The filling itself is actually not bad. It could certainly use a little bit more salt, but it does taste like a good rooted vegetable flavor. The biggest offender here is actually the greasiness of the wrapper. It's rendered the dumpling wrapper really soggy and kind of gummy. It's actually not all that satisfying to eat. I'm not a fan. All right, next up, let's go and try the siumai. If I was to say any dim sum dish is typically solid at a buffet, it would be the siumai. Let's see how the Wynn's hold up. I gotta say, this is really good. The shrimp inside is nice and succulent, and it's got a good briny flavor. The siumai wrapper is nice and light, really letting the flavors of that shrimp shine. Yeah, I'm very happy with the siumai. All right, everybody, next up, let's try the chicken gyoza. Now, unfortunately, this is looking pretty greasy as well, so it might suffer a similar fate as the vegetable gyoza, but we won't know until we give it a try. Let's go ahead and give it a taste. Well, unfortunately, the chicken gyoza isn't all that much better for a host of different reasons. Let's talk about the filling first. The chicken is actually kind of nice, but they went ultra heavy-handed with the ginger. If you get to taste anything before the ginger hits, it's pretty brief, because once that ginger flavor touches down, you actually don't taste anything else. Now, while the vegetable gyoza had a really soggy skin, oddly enough, the chicken gyoza skin is rock hard, but also underdone in the center. Really, this skin needed some additional moisture and some additional time with some steam. All right, next up, let's go and try their leek cakes. Now, when I was grabbing this, the top looked great, but unfortunately the bottom is looking kind of scorched here, but it is what it is. Let's go and give it a taste. You know, that was actually pretty good. The leeks are actually very flavorful here, providing their onion-like sweetness. The pork and shrimp fillings are also well seasoned and very juicy. And oh my goodness, so close. The skin is actually well cooked, but that scorched section is providing a lot of additional carbon flavor. It definitely takes away from the overall bite. If not for that burnt section, this would have been a damn near perfect leek cake. All right, everyone, and the last thing to try on my plate today is gonna be the barbecue pork bun. This actually feels nice and soft in my hands, and I'm definitely loving the color of the pork inside. Let's go ahead and give it a taste. Yep, very good. Now, typically the biggest issue with barbecue pork buns from a buffet is that the bun itself gets ultra dry. Now, thankfully, I made it to these in time. They're still moist and fluffy. The barbecue pork inside has a great, bold, sweet flavor to it, and that pork is minced up super tiny, so it's really tender. Now, perhaps the bun to meat ratio is a little skewed. I would prefer maybe 25% more of a meat section, but thankfully in a buffet setting, you can go back for as many as you want, so not big of a deal. This is pretty good here. All right, everybody, I'm definitely starting to fill up, so I'm gonna wrap up this third plate and then get some dessert, and I'll catch you in a little bit. All right, everybody, so I'm back with my dessert. Check out the sweets that I got. I got a caramel churro along with their butterscotch bread pudding and 3 scrumptious scoops of their vanilla mango custard. This is all looking really good. Let's go and give it a try. All right, first thing we're gonna try is the caramel churro. Now, this is actually still nice and warm in my hands, which is a great sign that they're fresh. I'm excited for it. Let's go and give it a taste. Oh yeah, that's actually really good. Nothing quite like a fresh, warm churro to kick off the desserts with. The churro skin is nice and chewy with a little bit of that crisp on the outside. The cinnamon sugar is ultra sweet and really tasty. But then the twist is that it's filled with a warm caramel sauce. Provides an extra layer of nuttiness and sweetness. And overall, this makes for a really, really good churro. All right, and next up, let's go and try the butterscotch bread pudding. If you watch any of my other buffet videos, you know I'm a huge fan of bread pudding. And butterscotch is a pretty good flavor. Let's go and give this one a try. Oh yeah, that's nice. The bread pudding has a really great sweetness to it and a nice fluffy texture. I'm not gonna lie, it's a tad drier than I was expecting it to be. I was expecting this to be ultra moist. That said, the butterscotch flavor is 100% present here, and it certainly adds to the bread pudding profile. It doesn't detract at all. Now, I did get this relatively fresh, so I am surprised that it's a tad dry, but overall not bad at all. All right, everyone, and the last thing I'm gonna try today is a bite of their mango and vanilla custard. Now, I'll be 100% upfront with you guys. I love this mango vanilla custard. I've had it plenty of times here at the Wynn buffet, but I wanted to showcase it for you guys. Now, if you do happen to go to that gelato and ice cream wheel and they have this flavor available, I'd recommend you give it a shot because I really enjoy this one. That is such a fantastic custard. That ultra creamy custard mixing with the flavors of that ripe mango creates almost like an Orange Julius effect, but with mango. It's so good. All right, everybody, and that does it for my brunch here at the Wynn Buffet. I certainly enjoyed my breakfast today. Now, the two flavor profiles that have stuck with me throughout this entire meal was one, that chicken enchilada from the first plate, and then that banana Foster cinnamon roll from the second. Absolutely, I will never miss those if I come back here for the brunch. Now, certainly, I think a couple of their carvery meats could have used a little bit of work. They were just a little drier than I wanted them to be. But of course, the Wynn desserts are always on point, and I certainly really enjoy whenever I come back for that mango vanilla custard. Now, go and give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. I would love for more people to see it. And if you enjoy food content from here in Las Vegas, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot of great stuff coming your way. And that's all for this one. Have a great day, and I hope you enjoy Vegas with me, Shin. Bye.